most valuable commodity I know of is information. Wouldn't you agree?
Jack to the test!
Hi there guys, welcome back into another session. Hope everyone's having a brilliant start to the week. Thought we'd put out a video on Monday today as we are seeing some price action going on. Volatile price action indeed. ETH, BTC having a little bit of a drop. BTC flirting with a slight break of trend. Higher time frame bearish structure, it has to be said. No shaking it, no getting away from it. So let's have a look at the levels today. Quick check then of where we've come from and where we are going as always. Okay, so look, last week we were looking for 125k. That was the main area we were looking for last week. If you were keeping up to date with us on Twitter or on the videos, that was the main focus for us. We got some slight pullbacks along the week as we went along, but that was the main area we were focusing on. 13th, big boy Bitcoin back test range highs and is running and hunting bears up to 125k. Volume dying off also. Okay, so we had those big resting limit offers up at 125k as the volume was dying off. Okay, and we had a sharp rise in open interest as well. ETH main supply 4.85k. Okay, I don't think we're quite tickled up there. Hype and Sol also in sell zones. Sharp shooting perps traders might want to book a little bit of profit up there soon. Okay, so that's where we were last week. I was sharing that with the guys as well in the Discord back on the 13th as well. Looking to TP these perps trades as close to as close to 125k as possible on Bitcoin. Okay, so I had some longs running. Didn't really want to touch them. You know, in last week's crab action, last week's volatility, really the main offer really was 125k, so a little bit of TP on those as well. And actually it was about 1 a.m. Probably about 1 a.m. my time, we actually got up there, just tickled over 124, just shy of that 125 marker. In all honesty, could have probably put some shorts on up there, but it was 1 a.m. my time. Do you really want to just drop short positions on and go to bed? I was very tired, wanted to go to bed. So taking profit, preserving those wins from the market, and, away we go. I think there's been some short opportunities in the last couple of days, so well played if you have been playing the shorts. But yeah, both ways really. Some assets looking strong, others looking a little bit weaker, breaking trend. Main focus now is obviously going to be on, does Bitcoin hold these range lows, okay, and pull back into range? If there's any assets that are still on trend, strong assets on trend, then you want to be looking to play those as well. But okay, so let's have a look at some all-important levels in trading view, okay, before going into the all-seeing eye and matrix of the markets that is the trader console, the TRDR.io console. Let's jump in now. Right then guys, trading view, very simple, humble charts for you here. And it has to be said, we do have a weekly swing failure pattern bearish bar on BTC. Absolutely no getting away from that whatsoever, so something to be aware of. If you are still bullish on the higher time frame trend, which we do have, it has to be said, you're still potentially in a higher time frame trend. We've got that weekly 21 there, okay, down at 107. We've got a weekly level just residing there. Do I need to move this up slightly as well? Yes, you do, Nick. Okay, and we've just got a weekly level residing there at 110. Okay, I think that 110 level is going to be very, very important in the coming week. But what I do have to say and spell out to everyone is, after this bearish test and this bearish weekly candle has closed, I don't think BTC is going to just V-shape up from here. I think we could now be in for a few weeks or month or so of consolidation, of range, and then just see if we can just hold this trend for continuation into Q4 and the end of the year here. I think that's the best you can hope for. So if you are trading derivatives, if you are trading perps on BTC, it might be quite nice. I love trading a range. If we can just get some a few day trades in here to clip a few percentage while BTC goes into a little bit of boring mode, then that's going to be good. I'm not going to speculate on higher time frame pullbacks to any really, really low levels. I'm going to play it level to level. 110 is the key area at the minute. I'll show you why in a second in the trader console. Okay, so daily chart again, no getting away from this. We've had range, trend, range, trend. Okay, this is the first time we're just breaking structure a little bit on this daily time frame trend. Okay, so no shaking it. Where did we come from previously? We came from this previous all-time high there at that 112 level. Okay, I would prefer to sweep under there. It has to be said. That's an old level now. I don't like to play these levels too often. Okay, I would prefer to sweep under here for any bounce back up. But then I think this is going to form a little bit of a range there. Fib time coming in the 17th of September. So higher time frame range maybe to come on BTC, and we'll just have a quick look at the 4-hour chart there. Okay, so yeah, tickle up just under 125 level. Nice take profit there. In hindsight, yep, short positions would have been valid. Nick was very tired at 1 a.m, 13th, 14th. Didn't take those short positions. If you know me, I like to watch the order flow as we're up here. So I went and got some very, very good sleep, woke up the next day, and we're already back down here. Okay, so I think you could have played some short positions, knowing that you were getting a slight dynamic shift in the order flow on BTC and ETH as well. Okay, ETH and Sol are in some big supply. And here we are. So yesterday tweeted out that, look, as a trader, you know, no bias. I'm not going to get emotional about this. These are the lower sweep levels we were looking for, okay, over the last 12, 24 hours. We've got them, okay, so we need to watch the order flow and see what's going on. That's that previous all-time high level that we came from, okay, and we do have an order block down there. But for me, personally, I'd like to sweep a little bit lower. That's going to give better risk-reward if you're still looking for longs. TRDR console, let's jump in.
Well, in my book, you either do it right or you get eliminated.
Right then, guys, stick with us. We're going to have a look at all these good levels, juicy levels coming in for BTC. And we're going to have a look at ETH, Sol, Hype, and a couple of other little bits as well in the order flow, because the order flow is now going to be very, very important. Obviously, you can mark your classic tier levels on your trading view charts, your daily levels, your weekly levels, where your trend is, where the range lows are, and the like. Okay, but what moves price? Bid and ask, okay? Bid and ask move price. Nothing else. None of your memento indicators, none of your wave patterns, your GAN fans and all that bollocks, okay? Bid, ask in the books, okay? Market and limit orders if they are big enough to move price, okay? So we need to concentrate in the trader console for the next 24, 48 hours, I would say. Grab a link from below for a free trial. If you're not using this console, what the hell are you doing? Jump into the docs page as well. The lads have done a really, really great job on the docs page for further education in there, and it's always improving, okay? They're always adding to the docs page, and if you need some further insight into how I trade the console, grab a link from below for the Art of Data-Driven Market Analysis course. Right, on we go. So let's have a look at BTC then. So here we go. Oh, my keyboard is about to run out. Thank you very much. MX Keys, very nice keyboard, I do have to say. Logitech, MX Keys, and the mouse is very nice as well, especially if you're a coder. The mouse and keyboard's brilliant. Anyway, shall we have a look at Bitcoin? Let's go. Right, so look, we've got a slight bit of spot bid coming in here, but this isn't going to hold price. You know, you might get a little jump here in price action. It might scare a few bears that are, you know, chasing shorts down here. I don't think last night's open there was anything particularly bearish going on in regards to order flow. I just think we're lacking bid, and that's how price can fall as well, you know. If you've not got enough demand here, you're going to have to go and seek it out, okay? So a little bit of spot bid. I don't think it's enough to move price. Why are we looking at that 110 level, okay? It's going to sweep below that previous low that we had from the previous all-time high, which we, you know, if you know us, we were bidding 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, we were looking for longs. I think, you know, me being in the European hours, you can't always get that best bid. I don't always like to just drop limit orders in and hope that that hits and reverses, okay? So I like to watch the order flow. So I think last week or 2 weeks ago, I was in at about 114 and then added in from about 118 as we pushed up. So I like to add with strength. Right here, right now, okay? I'd like to sweep lower. I do have to say the risk reward on BTC has to be at that 110 level. Okay, so your stops do need to be lower there. Why is that? Okay, we've got confluence with a couple of other exchanges as well. So Coinbase Pro, if you know me as well, I do like to have Coinbase Pro on our side. Okay, 110 level there. Let's have a look at what perps are doing. Nothing in the perps book. So, you know, the OG traders amongst us will know that, yep, okay, you know, if funding rates going mental, if open interest going mental, it's not the best, you know, even if you've got bid in here, but you want to see these guys on your side as well. So I'd like to see some big orders come in on the perps books as well. That'd be very, very nice. I'm just going to go to a full window for a second. Okay, full window because I just want to show you ETH as well and Sol and a couple of others. But yeah, I think if you are patient here, especially in these European hours, you know, we haven't got the dollarinos to in these European hours to push up from here. You know, you need those US guys, you need the Asian traders to really push price action. If you get a bump up here, I don't think it's going to go too far, to be honest. Okay, so if you're patient over the next 48 hours, I think the best risk reward is going to be take that low and then 110, you know, just under 110 is going to be your nice invalidation on Bitcoin. Okay, ETH, okay, nice reaction here from ETH. We do have some orders at this 4.1, but again, it has to be said, this can bounce up. You've got an offer there at that 4,350 level, we'll call it. Okay, I think, you know, your deeper cut on ETH, if we can get it, the risk reward 4k. Okay, I'm not going to speculate about going even lower, filling any gaps and all that rubbish. Okay, but my risk now on ETH is going to be down at this 4k level. Again, kind of previous all-time high zone, isn't it? Okay, Soy Boy Sol, same sort of thing. You've got these small offers chasing down, but if the bid isn't big enough, okay, and you've got sellers here, demand slightly building on Sol there, then, you know, I think for Sol, you want to be looking at about 170. If we can fill these areas out, that's going to be really, really nice. What I would say is, like earlier on, I think if BTC fills this, it's not just going to V-shape back up. I'd be very happy if it does. It might take a bit of time. I think the better reaction will come from ETH and some of the altcoins. If we do get a bounce, they're going to give the better risk reward and better percentages for your derivatives players. But yes, Sol, yeah, maybe, you know, you've got an order there at 175, but 170 I think you need to be looking at. So maybe we get a little punch up in the US session and then back down into the Asian session. That's going to be a big risk reward trade there. 165, but it's not that big an order. I think your defense on Sol is going to come at 170. Hype, we can look at the perps order books that have been full. It has to be said that these offers have been defending price at $50 on Hype. Okay, not much edge right here right now. You do have people bidding Hype, as we see in the order flow here. Depth of book is not bad, but really no one's aggressively coming in to say, yeah, this is going to reverse. All right, a couple of other charts that you need to be aware of. Again, LTC into a demand zone. Yeah, that's a little bit far away. I don't know if it gets all the way back to 105, but it could do. Okay, but all I would say is you can look at the perps books. Okay, you can look at the perps books. Let me just reset that. It tends to be the case sometimes that these guys, they can certainly defend price. This is, you know, even a good risk reward now if you're just scalping or day trading. But really, for me personally, I need to be looking at the spot books. I want to see the spot traders come in now, start to fill. If we deviate some of these levels, absolutely fine with that. Pepe, if you're into Pepe, which I am, invalidation down here, that'd be great on Pepe as well, because if you look at a 4-hour and a daily chart, okay, that is basically Pepe on a higher time frame basis, just back to trend. Okay, that would just, this here will just bring Pepe back to trend. Perps market already getting quite aggressive in here, but like I say, I want to use the lowest spot walls for my invalidations for the coming 48 hours. A couple other coins, Pengu, again, Pengu not too bad. You can just see people have been limit offering out here on Pengu, even chasing price down there, limit offer waiting there at that 335. Okay, for me personally, Pengu, my invalidation would be down here again, the lowest perps walls, especially on an asset like this. These perps orders here can just get absolutely eaten up, used as liquidity. Okay, so invalidation of Pengu just lower down there. I don't think I've got much edge on Fartcoin. Let me just auto that at the minute. Yeah, offers been really selling into Fartcoin there. SPX is a nice one. Okay, SPX has actually been holding very nice. Okay, not SPY, the meme, 69,000. Murad's main meme. Okay, yeah, not sure about that one. Not sure where that goes, to be honest. And there are a couple of other charts that are looking good, to be honest. Okay, dot order flow is absolutely brilliant. We looked at this for one of the guys last week, didn't we? And I was saying that the dot order flow, despite the fact it's a slow mover, it's really nice. I mean, look at this. So that offer gets pulled there. You go a little bit higher into this zone, and then they really cap price and start selling it. So really good shorts there into very nice longs. Okay, spot double band there. Okay, that is an alert in the TRDR alert system. Okay, spot double bands. Okay, and your invalidation is using the top levels, and up we go. And then the cap price into the Asian session, or just actually 5 o'clock my time there yesterday, and down we go. So dot, again, really well bid, so it could be a good one. Okay, nice depth of book. But obviously if BTC and ETH want to go lower, your invalidation on DOT is going to be slightly lower as well. And we all know that if BTC sneezes and drops a little bit, you know, they're all going to drop a little bit more. Okay, another one that's looking very, very nice is Athena, okay? ENA, very, very nice. And this coin has actually been doing its own thing. What do I mean by that? I mean that BTC and ETH can do whatever they want to do. Athena actually led the market a couple of weeks ago and was just trending up so hard. Very, very well bid now. I'd be interested to see. I would use this lower level here at the 6.5 area, but I'd be interested to see if Athena holds in the next 24 hours. Perhaps market very bullish on Athena as well, but it's nice to see this spot bid coming in on USDT and USDC. Okay, invalidations just down here a little bit as well. So yeah, some very, very nice charts. I would say that if you've caught shorts over the last 48 hours, 24 hours, you've done really, really well. Even if price drops a little bit further now, I don't think shorts are going to be the play. I'm quite happy to just chill now, okay, and just wait for lower if I can get it. Because it's always the case that if you just short a chart like this, thinking price is going to go down, okay, you're probably going to get squeezed out before that move down, okay? So two ways to play it really. You can wait for a little bounce, okay, to short into that, or like myself, I'm just happy to wait. I'm happy to chill out. I'm happy to wait to see if I can get a bid a little bit lower, okay, with invalidation being 110 on BTC, 4K on ETH. Right then, guys, so we will try and get a live session through this week. Apologies for the screen freeze last week, and I had to two-part that live session. I think it was just a little update I needed to do on OBS. But we will get a live session in this week. Not sure if it'll be tomorrow, which is Tuesday. Might do it towards the end of the week, maybe Thursday. I've just got a couple of other projects on that I need to tackle this week, as long as keeping a, you know, as well as keeping an eye on the charts and trading. But I think we could be in for a good week. Bear in mind, I don't think Bitcoin is going to V-shape back up. I think the plays are going to be the big boy coins that are still on trend. ETH, Sol, Hype, Pengu I'm interested in as well for the meme coins. All right, guys, have a great week. Let's speak soon.
I bet your margins are pretty nice and fat.
Let's not talk about my margins, by the way. Being nice and fat, that's a nice shirt. Do they make it for men?
And we say bye-bye.